right, listen to me, folks. The Dingo is fucking busy. I'm busy. Okay, at times I'm busy. These fucks have me working around the clock with my head on a swivel. Okay, I'm working hard, but I keep my head on a swivel. And anyone who knows me knows I take food seriously. By the time I finish lunch, I'm already thinking about dinner. And Plated is the meal kit for people who love food. Each week they have 15 chef-designed recipes to choose from. Put on some music, pour a couple of glasses of wine or whatever you want. Follow Plated step-by-step recipes and eat like a champion. Eat like you care about your food. Eat like you love yourself. And enjoy a fantastic meal. Plated's recipes are inspired by cuisines from all around the globe, like Malaysian fish curry and lamb from Morocco. All easy to make, all taste fantastic. Not only does Plated do all the grocery shopping and send you the exact amounts of each ingredient, they're sourcing quality ingredients. You got a sweet tooth? I got a sweet tooth. Okay, Plated even offers dessert options like non-churn coffee ice cream and cinnamon rolls that taste divine. As soon as I'm done with this podcast, I'm gonna hit the kitchen. Listen, do yourself a favor. Discover your ideal dinner experience. Go to plated.com, Plated, plated.com/Rapaport. Get 50% off your first Plated box. That's 50% off for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply. Go to plated.com/Rapaport for details. That's plated.com/Rapaport, RAPAPORT. All right, I can't confirm or deny if the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast actually created the emergency podcast. I know that we have a copyright on it. Apparently, some other podcasters have done emergency podcasts before the first ever I Am Rapaport Stereo emergency podcast, which was done, I believe, episode 15. But that's neither here nor there. This isn't about a contract dispute or rights to the emergency podcast. Do what you want. You want to have an emergency podcast, go ahead. This is an emergency. Listen, I live by a code, man. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I fuck you in the ass. I live by that. I live by that code of ethics. Okay, so this morning, something bad happened. I got woke up out of my sleep on the West Coast. I was texted repeatedly. Some would call it harassment. Some would call it borderline stalking. But I'm not pointing fingers about that. Producers, segment producers, Jason Kaplan, other people from the Stern Show, calling. Dude, wake up. Dude, wake up. They want you to call in. So I called in to the Howard Stern Show with Howard. As you know, I've been dealing with a really bad voice and a throat situation, although I'm on the mend. But this kind of being startled in the morning shocks the system. In the morning, my voice and my throat are a dam full of phlegm. It's a phlegm-filled dam right in my throat, in my chest. I muscled through. I called in. I thought this was going to be the big announcement for the 2017-2018 Howard Stern Friends and Family Fantasy Football Show. I have been talking to different people in the league, the commissioner, Jason Kaplan, Gorilla Tooth Gary, and the rest of them for a while. And we were all saying August is the month. August is the month. We're going to get it set up. We had conversations. We're going to start the league. There's going to be some changes, but you're good to go. So I started prepping. I started mock drafting. And a fucking coup was made on me this morning before the sun rised out here on the West. I was led astray, deception, backstabbing, deceit. I am the Gringo Mandingo. I keep records of all the calls and texts I make with these fucks. I keep my head on a swivel. Apparently, there was some sort of vote taken 2 fucking weeks ago, to once again try to kick me out of the Friends and Family League. This all unfolded on live radio with the icon, Howard Stern, Robin Quivers, and Fred Norris. Howard and Fred and Robin, they all had my back. You could tell they felt bad. I was taken off guard. I was out of breath. I was upset. I was scared. I have feelings too, gorilla, you fucking animal. I don't have a 4-inch thick skull that nothing could get in or out of. I cry real tears. Jason Kaplan, you fuck. I had a custom-made championship ring from the 2017 season. He was the champion. Spent my own money. They had to make one of a kind. He's a very, very big man. Huge, gigantic, fat, thick, hairy fingers. So they had to cast a mold special, fly in different kinds of metals, do tests to come up with something that would be big enough that he could roll over the fat rolls on his fat fucking ring finger. Beautiful pink diamond, shining. It says fantasy champion. He was the champion. We went through it last year. But you win some, you lose some. It's all about the dance. I will say that until the chickens come home. Pink diamond. And on one side, it was a custom-made elephant. Elephant's pink diamond. And on the other side, it was an ice cream cone. A beautiful, beautiful ice cream cone designed. This was my sort of gift, sportsmanship. I was going to give it to Jason Kaplan, who is the commissioner of this league, as you know, celebration of his victory. You know, the elephant represents what he is. The ice cream cone represents incentive. It's an incentive. Maybe you'll win again. Maybe you'll have, maybe you could double fist, get yourself 3 scoops of Rocky Road, strawberry, and coffee cream. You fat fuck you. I do this from the bottom of my heart. No one else gives gifts. They ridicule, they backstab. A couple of weeks ago, right on 6th Avenue, beautiful spring, summer day, me and all of them, Gorilla, Jason Kaplan, John Hine, a few of the other guys, J.D. Harmeyer. We were out on 6th Avenue having sangria. Everybody was talking. We were talking about the league, how it was going to unfold, when we were going to start. We gave some cheers. Let's move forward, guys. Good luck. Everything looked fantastic. Everything was on the up and up. We were going to start soon, and then this happens. Now these motherless motherfuckers want me, the Gringo Mandingo, me, Michael Rapaport, to reapply to the Howard Stern League. This ain't the DMV, motherfucker. I don't reapply. They forget that I won the regular season last year, going away by 300 points and 4 games, an historic runaway victory. I only lost 2 games in the regular season over Scott the Engineer and Will Murray. Every other player I beat twice, 2 times in the regular season, twice. Most of these pig-nosed, snot-faced, backstabbing fucks did not even make the playoffs. How soon we forget. How soon we forget the domination that ensued all last season. I won the draft, and I won the regular season by over 300 points. Did I win the championship? No. I know that. But we danced. I lost. I took it like a man, but I beat every one of you motherfuckers. Head up. At least once. Buried you, ruined you, destroyed you. I ripped hearts. I ate them. I didn't even throw them out. I ate corroded hearts. It was this kind of pain. It was this kind of blood. It was this kind of guts. Okay, it's guts. that spawned the emergency podcast 2 years ago when Gary beat me 2 years in the finals. I had a bye. I got beat only because my best running back, Melvin Gordon, and my best wide receiver, Julio Jones, got hurt. I lost in the semifinals to that frog-faced fuck, Will Murray. Nobody knows who exactly voted me out today or who had voted me in. When I was on the show with Howard, I couldn't get any straight answers. Deceit, double talk, deception, collusion. The great Howard Stern from Long Island, he said it himself. He said, kicking me out of the league would be like taking Abraham Lincoln off Mount Rushmore. He said that.
It just feels like you're taking Lincoln's face off Mount Rushmore. I mean, here's a guy who's...
Please.
Howard, that was the quote right there.
He said that kicking me out of the league would be like taking Abraham Lincoln off Mount Rushmore. You can't rewrite history, you fucks, you. Robin and Fred both had my back. I appreciate that. Most of the callers were all in favor of me being in the league. The callers said it. Fred Norris said it. Robin said it. And Howard Stern said it on the air. They want me to go full Rambo. Well, I'll go full fucking Rambo. Oh, I'll go full fucking Rambo. That's not a problem. I don't go away easy, folks. Look me up. You know my history. You know my past. I ain't going anywhere. Then they went on to talk about how I have other shows and other opportunities and other work opportunities because I've developed an expertise in the world of fantasy football. They're player hating. It's player hating 101. I got the show on Sirius XM. You never know with the Guru John Hansen. I got the fantasy football podcast that launches Thursday, August 11th. There's no more playing game. There's no more asking questions. You come to me for the information starting August 11th. You think that Sirius XM just hands out fantasy football shows like lollipops? They don't. Neither does Barstool Sports when it comes to podcasts. Neither does DraftKings. I'm the fucking captain now, you cocksuckers. And they're mad. They're upset. They're hating. You get all these other opportunities. Why don't you kick us back some of that? You want me to kick you back some of what I'm making? That's because they're brought up. They live in a culture of oppression. It's one miserable fuck after another in that league. Shout out to the great John Hine. Scott Salem, stand-up man. Ben Bardo, I know you had my back. I think Will Murray apparently had my back. It was Jason, you fat fuck, and that Gorilla Tooth Gary, and JD, you spineless fuck. You're about to get married. You're not even a fucking man. You're a little boy. Do you even stand up when you pee? Do you stand up when you go pee-pee, JD? Answer the question. I'm waiting. There is no friends in fantasy football. And I don't have any emotional friends. There is no friends in fantasy football. It's time to dance with the fucking Dingo. They created a monster. They created the future MVP of fantasy football. I'm calling it right now. I was so upset, so taken aback, so surprised, so aghast. 6 in the morning, they're telling me you're kicked out of the league. I made a special announcement. I wasn't even planning to do it. I was half coherent, full of phlegm and snot, all up in my nose. I wasn't supposed to announce this until September. I've mentioned it to some of the listeners on the show. I've insinuated it. But because they were so jealous, so antagonistic, so mean, vultures, worms, worm fucks. Right there with Howard. I talked out of my face and I said, you know what? Not only do I have You Never Know, not only will I be starting the Fantasy Football Follies August 11th on Barstool Sports, sponsored by DraftKings, but I wrote a book, you fucks. I wrote a book. I wrote a book all about sports. Okay, and I told Howard, he said the headline is Rapaport is kicked out. I said, no, Howard, the headline is I also wrote a book, Simon & Schuster. October 31st, that's Halloween. This is a special announcement. My book, the title is This Book Has Balls, written by me, Michael Rapaport. This book has balls, sports rants from the MVP of talking trash. It's coming. Look it up. Thisbookhasballs.com. I was so disoriented, I couldn't even list off some of the chapters. It was supposed to be my moment. It just came out of me. But one of the chapters that's written in this book is Fa Fantasy. It's a fantastic chapter. All about the comings, the goings, the disturbing backdoor meetings, the backdoor behavior that has gone on for the last 3 years on this Howard Stern fantasy football show. And the beauty of that chapter is I don't mention any of their fucking names except for Gorilla Tooth Gary, who I'm no longer calling Gorilla Tooth. I'm calling him Donkey Tooth. I'm calling him Donkey Tooth Delabonte. You're no longer being called Gorilla. It's Donkey Tooth Delabonte. Da donkey. But that's just one of the chapters. I'm going to be talking about the book. It's coming out October 31st. I'll give you some of the other chapters right now. One of my favorites, LeBron James and 23 Reasons Why You'll Never Be Like Mike. Oh, this is a shit-talking extravaganza. I have the ultimate list of great stickman part 1 and an open letter to Larry Legend. There's over 30 chapters. Okay? I'm going to share all the information about it as we get closer. You can buy the book already. Thisbookhasballs.com. Simon & Schuster. Sports rants from the MVP of talking trash. I've been working on it tirelessly for the last year. I'm so proud of it. It's so fantastic. And of course, we're doing an audio book, and it ain't going to just be me reading. It's going to be an audio book experience, okay? It's going to be an audio book experience. I'm going to hire actors, real actors, good fucking actors, name brand actors, maybe some of them that have been on this podcast, okay? To read some of the characters that are in the book, some of the people we talk about. Of course we talk about Charles Oakley, okay? Of course, there's 23 reasons why LeBron James will never be like Mike. And of course, there's beatdowns, like the glorious chapter titled LeVar Can't Ball. This book is a fucking monster. And there's one chapter called Fa Fantasy Football. Pre-order it now. Thisbookhasballs.com. Thisbookhasballs.com. Sports rants from the MVP of talking trash. But this ain't about the book. I wasn't planning on announcing the book until the first week of September. They brought out the worst in me. But this book brings out the best in me. I was so caught off guard. It was so early in the morning, I could smell teeth and breath all through the phone. I'm pretty sure that Gary Delabonte is the only person who could chew on rocks and it would fix his fucking teeth. Part human, part beaver. I'm trying to find some compassionate person to start a GoFundMe campaign. It's for the children. FixGarysGrill.com. Somebody do it. FixGarysGrill.com. I don't know what his problem is. I don't know if the tooth fairy didn't fuck with him when he was a kid. Maybe he scared her. Who knows? But this ain't the end of me. I'll be back. I may or may not fill out that fucking application to be in the league. I may take my talents to South Beach. Who the fuck knows? But I don't go away easy. Okay? I don't go away easy. Okay? And 2017-2018 fantasy football season is mine, you animals. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, Casper is a sleep brand that created one perfect mattress sold directly to the consumer. It's an award-winning sleep surface, and it was developed in-house. It has a sleek design and is delivered in a small, how the hell did they do that, sized box. In addition to the mattress, Casper now offers an adaptive pillow and soft, breathable sheets. The mattress industry has forced consumers into paying notoriously high markups. But Casper is revolutionizing the mattress industry by cutting the cost of dealing with resellers and showrooms and passing that savings directly to you, the consumer. Look, buying a Casper mattress is easy. Okay, you could order it online. It's delivered to your door in a compact box. Free shipping and free returns. It's available in the US, Canada, and now in the UK. I got a special offer to listeners of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast. You could save $50 towards any mattress purchase by visiting www.casper.com/Rapaport. Casper.com/Rapaport, RAPAPORT, using the promo code Rapaport. Terms and conditions apply. Go to Casper.com/Rapaport and start sleeping the way you deserve to. All right, if you do love fantasy football as much as I do, on August 20th, you have to meet me in Foxborough, Massachusetts at Gillette Stadium. Okay, Boston, I'm talking to you. I'm coming into your house, the house that Brady built, but I'm coming with love. I'm coming for the Lombardi of fantasy football this year. Come dance with me and the Gronk, Rob Gronkowski and Matthew Berry, Jim Brewer and Trey Wingo for a live podcast. Get your tickets before they sell out. DanceWithTheDingo.com. Get $15 off with the promo code DINGO. Boston, you claim to be the biggest and best sports town in the world. Prove it. Come on. Come on, it's going to be fun. The Gronk is going to be there. I'm going to be talking to the Gronk with Matthew Berry. We're going to be recapping everything. Jim Brewer, Trey Wingo, and me. Come on, step into the monkey cage with the Dingo. All right, that's it with these animals. They weren't worthy of being in my book, This Book Has Balls, and you're not even worthy of this emergency podcast. I had to get it off my chest and share it with the people. But you know who is worthy? The Baltimore Ravens. You should be ashamed of yourselves, you fucks. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You're afraid of hurting your brand and hiring Colin Kaepernick, a fucking hero. Yes, he's a flawed football player. This is a good guy. He didn't commit any crimes. We know what you're doing. The world knows what you're doing. Shame on you. Let us recap last year. Kaepernick started 8 of the last 9 games for the hapless, miserable San Francisco 49ers last year, and he had two or more touchdowns in 6 of those games. The coach of the 49ers, Chip fucking Kelly, he can't get signed either. You know why? Because he had Blaine Gabbert starting. Blaine fucking Gabbert, who now has a job as the backup quarterback for the Cardinals. Blaine fucking Gabbert. The coach of the Ravens, John Harbaugh, he got a phone call from Colin's ex-coach, Jim Harbaugh. He put in a good word, but the Ravens owner, Steve Biscotti, you're against it, but you won't say anything. Steve Biscotti, you fat fuck. Is he even fat? If your last name is Biscotti, I'm assuming you got to be fat. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit that Colin Kaepernick refused to stand during the national anthem? Remember, he said showing pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. That's the only reason why he did it. He didn't make a big brouhaha over it. He was articulating what's real, what's necessary. And everybody went fucking crazy. And now he's being blackballed from the NFL. The Baltimore Ravens, A city that has seen so much brutality. You're afraid of hurting their brand. When your elite quarterback, Joe Flacco, goes down, you sign David Olson. Who the fuck is David Olson? Colin Kaepernick is available. You would be happy. You would be lucky to have such an upstanding citizen. Someone who's so active in the community, working on your team in Baltimore, the city of Baltimore. You know that Josh, the helicopter McCowan, Trevor Siemian, Tyrod Taylor, Brian fucking Hoyer. Brian Hoyer is back. He has a job. Cody fucking Kessler has a job. I would take Kaepernick on my fantasy team over any of these fucking guys any day, and he can't even get invited to a training camp. Disgraceful. Took a stand against police brutality, an issue that has plagued this country forever. No repercussions, no consequences for these cops killing unarmed citizens. And all he did was take a knee to try to get some attention, try to get some conversation. And it worked. And now you want to get rid of him. Roger Goodell, you're a fuck, man. This wasn't a protest against the military or a protest against the police. This was a protest against the injustices. It's bullshit. Kaepernick has backed up his actions by donating over $1 million. $1 million to various charities. Over $1 million. He's not playing game. He's not looking for attention. He donated $50,000 to Meals on Wheels. $50,000 to the Love Army for Somalia campaign and the devastating drought. This guy had a bunch of boxes of suits made and delivered in New York City to help the parolees when they get out of jail to try to find their way. This is a good guy and a good quarterback. Definitely good enough to be backing up somebody on some team. But no. It's an embarrassment. The NFL should be embarrassed. You are staining yourself. Kaepernick being in the league isn't bad for the league. The league not having Colin Kaepernick is an embarrassment for the league. It's a stain on the NFL. Listen, police brutality is real. It's here. It happens every day. We have to stand up. People have to stand up. We want our athletes to take stands. We want our athletes to have voices. We want our athletes to be real. And then this guy speaks on something that's controversial. It should be controversial. It should rile people up. But it doesn't mean he should be blackballed. The conversation needs to happen. He started it. We're not talking about Michael Vick, John Brown, fucking Greg Hardy, Darren Sharper, Ray Caruth, Aaron Hernandez. Kaepernick didn't commit any crime. It's bullshit. He's a good man. Colin Kaepernick should be on an NFL football team now, right now. All right, that's it. That's it. This is the I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Emergency episode. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Listen to this funk. We'll be back with another banger, I don't know, in a day or so. I'm done. Let me hear some funk.
A little mellow too, attitude, hella cool, jumper wet like two thoughts in a pool. I learned the game from William Wesley, you can never test me. Cause when I'm done, they gon' remember me like Elvis Presley. Watch your mouth, don't ever step out of line. Shaq O'Neal, bro, greatest of all time. This is a game to me. This is not a sport. My name ain't Shaq, I'm the Black Michael Rapaport.
And big baller brand t-shirts look uncomfortable.